Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the Schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
Test run, we're done?
Yeah. Oh. Now we're on, because the intro stopped. There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Popcorn Talk Network's Box Office Breakdown. We have the whole crew together.
Yeah,
we're
back.
Finally, it's been a while. Well, we had to celebrate. It's been a celebratory weekend. We have huge numbers coming in from the box office. Of course, we're going to get you your top 5 domestic lists. We're going to get some international numbers. We're going to do a game. Yep. We have another top 5 list. We're talking about maybe the $1 billion club and a whole bunch of fun stuff. How are you guys?
Just like, you know, Fast 7, the family reunited. The team is reunited today.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah,
I'm
like
really happy about it.
Well, you know, I feel like I'm missing a hat.
Yeah, I feel like
I should have brought
I'm only
a hat.
wearing mine because the baseball season opens today, and I had to represent my Met hat. It's a new one too. I got it on eBay. Yeah.
How do you feel about the mess this year?
I feel really good. I think we got a chance at a wild card. We'll see. You know, today's going to be a big day. I think we'll lose today, but I got money on the other team. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
That is. But we have Passover and Easter.
Yeah, it was a great weekend.
Family weekend.
Well, is Passover, correct me if I'm wrong, is Passover where you get to, you know, give your main girlfriend a pass to go with your side piece, and she gives you a pass to that's Passover, right?
No, but there's a movie about that called Hall Pass.
Yes, that was on this weekend.
That exists. No, Passover is I know there's a bunch of rituals and you have to eat little bites and then you go around and you read about it.
You can't eat candy. You can't
yeah,
drive
there's
a
a lot
car
of
or
rules, but then there's I think you eat things that are symbolic and then they tell you symbolic meanings of it.
Yeah. I thought it was part of a highway or bridge or something.
Yeah, the Passover. No, I think they actually
really go on a religious
what I think it is I think you starve yourself for a while, talk about the struggles.
No, that's Lent.
Oh.
Right?
No, you talk about the struggles that go on in the Jewish heritage, and then you eat like psychos afterwards. That's what I think.
I don't know at all.
The angel of death passes over the Jewish houses, guys. That's why it's called Passover.
That's
and then
what
the Jews
is.
were freed from Egypt.
So I was half right.
But isn't there rules about what you can eat? And
yeah, you're not allowed to eat leavened bread for 8 days.
Oh, wow.
So you just had to eat matzah.
Are you Jewish? Jupiter Josh?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Triple J. So Jewish Jupiter Josh.
So it has nothing to do with the main chick and the side piece stuff.
No.
0%.
I got to play with confetti eggs. Do you know what those are?
No, what are those?
Okay, so instead of Easter egg hunts for eggs full of chocolate and candy and money or whatever, my family, you take the eggs, you drain all day out of it, and you put confetti in it, and then you tape it over, and then you dye them so they look like regular hard-boiled eggs. But then you smash them on people's heads.
Oh, wow.
And it turns into a confetti war. It's very messy and very fun.
Is anybody wearing clothes?
This is a family event.
Sorry.
Everyone is wearing clothes.
I don't hear the word family usually. That's not in my vocabulary.
Well, despite all of these holiday festivities going on and people spending a lot of time with their families, I think a lot of people spend also time with their friends seeing Furious 7.
Which is referred to as family about 100 times during the movie by Vin Diesel. Take a shot every time he says family, and you'll be feeling pretty good by the end of that movie.
6,000
Be in a hospital
times.
by the end of this movie. Did you guys see it?
I did. I saw it late last night. I was out with family all weekend for Easter, and I got home last night, and then there's I live in North Hollywood now, and there's a lamley. Is that what they call them? Lamley?
It's a lamley.
It's a lamley.
You're on a box office show. You should probably be able to pronounce the main theaters.
Lemley Neeson.
They have Art House Theater there, which is in the walking distance of my house, and I'm like, they're playing Fast 7? I was like, okay.
That's what's contributing. I mean, Lemley is a very art house independent films. You're getting things that are normally in 400 to 1,000 theaters, but with Furious 7, they took over 4,000 theaters, and that's why they were targeting even the small theaters like Lumley and getting that movie out there and making boatloads of money.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this. I enjoyed the movie. I was a little kind of going in thinking I wouldn't like it too much.
Be careful.
What? No, but listen, I liked part 5. Part 5 was great. And then 6 started getting a little ridiculous, and I was like, oh no, this one's going to jump the shark, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe because they previewed it a little bit in 6, that when they were doing it 7, I was just kind of along for the ride. I was like, you know what? This is retarded, but I love it.
That's the main... I haven't seen it yet. I'm seeing it this week. That's the main feedback I've gotten from this movie. It's just that, like... It was awesome and terrible. But people are so hyped about
terrible
it.
A movie like this. I mean,
Like, that's the thing.
It's just dumb.
Just like, exactly.
It's dumb fun. But it's the best
everyone
dumb fun.
still likes it. Like, they're not going to put it out there and say it's the most fantastic movie ever made, but they're going to say they really enjoyed it.
$384 million worldwide in opening weekend. I would say, a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, I guess we can get to the actual numbers at this point real quick. I missed the festivities last week, but there was some betting. Everyone was on track, got 5 for 5.
Yep.
You're going straight through with Furious, number 1, 140. We're debating. Box Office Mojo said 143.6.
Yeah.
Variety released a huge article, 146.
That's
this
the actuals.
does determine our winner here.
Yeah.
Because if we go with Box Office Mojo, we got Tom winning. If we go with Variety, we got GT winning.
Maybe we'll call it a draw for now. And, we'll let it play out.
I mean, because we usually do use the projected numbers, not the actuals.
Yeah, it's true. But when it's really close, then we look at them. But
that's true.
Because we bet on the actual amount, and it's literally a $3 million difference between a winner and loser. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it made more.
I mean, really, if I had been here, I would have guessed 145, and I would have won.
Is that what you would have said? I think Ken said 110.
Yeah, he was
way off.
I would have been low.
You would have been lower, huh? Okay.
I would have expected, because I do feel like this is like a very, like, you go see this with your friends. Like, I wouldn't categorize this really as a date movie. I think it's like you get a group of people and you go. Like, that's how I would want to see it. I think if you see this with a bigger group, the more fun this movie is. So I wouldn't have expected it as much on such a family-oriented weekend. Obviously, still, I would have said over 100 million. I just wouldn't have guessed this high.
I see what you're saying, but I understand the date aspect only because your girlfriend's going to get a bunch of hunky guys to look at, and you're going to get a bunch of girls in short skirts to look at.
I heard there's a lot of hot chicks in this thing.
There is just straight up Michael Bay ass shots throughout this whole movie. Yeah.
I may have to go
and the
watch
audience was divided. The audience was divided. It was like 51 male, 49 female.
It's 40 and 40% Hispanic.
Really?
Including JT and you.
I'm a half Hispanic.
I was seeing it this week.
Oh, okay.
So JT and I count as
we
one.
count as one Hispanic.
I'm not Hispanic. I've dated a lot of Hispanics.
Maybe you should get off the show then. You no longer fit in. So Furious 7 got number 1. Number 2 went to Home, dropping 47%. The biggest drop on the list was the 62% drop of Get Hard, bringing in 12.9 million. Then we still got Cinderella, who's been on here for a while, dropping 40%, 10 million. Also Insurgent at 10 million. So, but if you're looking at this list, really heavy hitters. Like, there was a couple weekends where we were here and we're just like, oh, it's no contest. These are all have huge studios behind them, have huge stars, have huge names. You're making tons of money. Furious 7, Home, Get Hard, Cinderella, Disney. You got franchises going crazy.
Well, look, you got, Fast and Furious is the first, franchise movie to open up this year in the marketplace.
Wait, what did you just say?
It's the first franchise movie to open up in the marketplace this year.
No.
Taken came out.
Well, that's not really
Insurgent.
No, this is a blockbuster, I should say.
Insurgent is a huge franchise blockbuster.
It's not.
Are you kidding me?
No.
It's a huge Lionsgate movie. Yes, it is.
I don't know if it's a blockbuster. It's a hit series.
Is it gonna? It's not going to do.
It's not pulling. Hunger Games is a blockbuster. Insurgent isn't pulling Hunger Games numbers.
Not here, but if you look international, Insurgent and Divergent, that whole series is just as much a blockbuster.
True, but it's not going to beat this movie. This movie's going to do $1 billion.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you had to be number one to be a blockbuster, but I do think to use that term, if you're breaking in the hundreds of millions, you do get to be called that.
Maybe in the summer movie season. I mean, this is the start of the summer movie season.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to be April, and that happened a couple years ago with Captain America was last year, was Winter Soldier. And, I mean, DC is pushing March for Batman v Superman. it's gonna get to the point where it's just January to like August is summer season.
I know, it's going to be like 12 months out of the year is going to be summer season.
That's true.
So
love
many
it.
idiots going to see movies right now. It's unbelievable.
Speaking of that, Furious 7 for records wise broke the April record.
Yeah,
became
destroyed
number
it.
one opening in April. I believe the last record was held at about like a $95 million opening.
Sounds about right.
So destroyed it to get number one. It's ranked number 9 of all time openings, just behind Spider-Man 3. Number 1 still belongs to Marvel Avengers. I thought it was very interesting, being that this one took number 9, number 10, 11, and 12 all belong to the Twilight series.
Really?
Straight in a row.
Wow.
They have
Not
the next
anymore.
two seconds of openings.
They'll be gone by the
They'll
end of
be
the year.
gone in a month.
I mean, if the box office keeps continuing doing what it's doing, this year's total box office is going to smash every single record there ever will be.
It's going to destroy.
It's good. It's nuts.
Can I say, looking at the top 5, the thing that kind of surprised me was, even though Home did have a drop off, it still made $27 million.
It's a lot of money.
After Furious made 146 or 43. Usually when something like that makes that kind of money, everything else is like at 10 million or so.
I mean, true,
Yes.
but Home is a totally different
that's
crowd.
exactly
it's
why.
More, I think it's stranger to me because, on top of that, it really hasn't gotten best reviews for an animated
that's true.
film.
Yeah.
People don't seem that excited about it. It doesn't seem like it's going to be one that people really remember. So that it held on a weekend like this, with Furious 7 coming out, like, and the ratings, that makes it really surprising to me. I mean, congrats to them, but it's strange.
We were talking last week with Ken, like, before, we rarely saw any advertising for it, like on TV or billboards.
Yeah.
When the movie came out, I was like, wait, what movie is that? Home?
Yeah.
It's okay. I just saw my first advertisement for the Gunman this weekend.
Oh, did you really?
I hadn't seen one ever.
yeah.
I just saw one. I was like,
Sean Penn came to your house.
it came a little late.
Are they going for a second push on that? Because that thing is...
Maybe they might have just
I seen him the other day.
wounded.
Did you really?
He didn't see me though. He was with Bono. I think
really?
they were trying to make up a thing to save the world or
The
something.
arm wrestling? That would have been great.
Yeah, it's close.
Pointing to interesting things on the domestic box office, one thing I do want to give some acknowledgement to is we talked about how the top 5 are huge hitters, but 6 and 7 going to much smaller independent films. It Follows has gotten huge reviews in the horror district.
It was
Coming
in
at
the top
number
5.
6. Yeah, it's
It was
doing
last
great.
week. It was in top 5.
Did. And then Woman in Gold. Woman
Yep.
in Gold is a movie. Helen Mirren's in it, Ryan Reynolds. It is an independent film. It only opened in 258 theaters. It made $2 million. That means if you're looking at a per cap, like per theater, it made, let's see, it's 7,700,
Right.
which would take second place if you're looking at per cap on our whole list. Because yes, you had Fast and Furious with like 35,000, but Home only made 7.2.
It's interesting.
That's it.
It's interesting
So
about
that's
Woman in
huge.
Gold. I think they're going to expand next week. You'll see something. I mean,
Well, it would depend on Weinstein, like, because they hadn't planned for a wider push.
That- yeah, they
but with
haven't.
this
I
reaction,
think they
it
might.
definitely could.
Well, it brings out the much older audience, which is counter programming to Fast Furious this weekend.
Sure.
I did see it in the NoHo district, and we, coming out Furious 7, it was
Did
just
you
a bunch
see Woman
of.
in Gold?
No, I didn't, but we were coming out Fast 7, there was a bunch of, 20s, teenagers all high fiving, like, that was awesome. And like right next door was Woman in Gold that just got out.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was people in like walkers,
what's the
very
exotic,
slowly.
they put it out on the heels of the exotic Marigold Hotel.
Yeah, that's like
and that it just had its like kind of wide push.
Yeah.
So I think it could be a good bet for Weinstein. I mean, what else is coming up that's going to compete with it?
not much.
So, and
Fast and Furious will win the weekend
Marigold is
until
completely wound down.
Avengers comes out.
Avengers, yeah. I don't see anything
Fast and
else.
Furious will win this. There's nobody going to beat it. And not the stupid Nicholas Sparks movie either.
we will get to that later. I think that does going to wrap up our domestic box office numbers. Let's get into our international numbers, because this whole week is just dominated by Furious 7. It opened to 240.4 million overseas this weekend. That's the third largest international debut, behind Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 2, and Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, which I don't understand how that is on this list, but whatever.
Seriously.
In a single weekend, Furious 7 has already earned more overseas than their first 4 Fast movies made in their entire runs.
That's insane.
This franchise has just like exponentially exploded.
Yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
do you think I mean, a lot of this has to do with the Paul Walker thing, or is it just people are just so hyped up to see these kind of movies that it doesn't really make a difference? Because you'll see 3 more of these easy.
I think it builded to this. I think a small part of it is the Paul Walker thing, but think of it like a great TV show. It starts off, the first season of Seinfeld is not very good.
No, first 2 actually.
Then you get to 5, 6, 7, 8, and you are in your stride. It's one of the best shows ever. Now this series started off with a good hit, but then just kind of and it built fan base, but it literally just took off after 5.
I mean, I do think it's built a huge fan base. I also think there's such a watchability to this movie at home and on the home screen, and
that's true.
On DVD, whatever. It has built legs that way.
It's got every demo who would star in it. It's got it's got the hot guys, it's got the hot chicks, it's got The Rock, it's got rappers, it's got
Ronda Rousey.
It got everything. It
It's
got
a fun
Iggy
movie.
Azalea.
It's super fun.
It's true. She's in for 10
It's
seconds.
the worst.
She's in it for 10 seconds. I don't know why she was in the movie.
But yeah, I think that there's 2 things. One, the fact that a lot of people were putting this in memoriam for Paul Walker, the thing at the end for him. I think that people want to come out and pay their respects, especially because he was such a likable actor guy. People
he was a linchpin for that whole series.
Yeah, so people come out and pay respects. I think on top of that, the fact that they really were, I felt like they were pushing that this could be the last one in their advertising. Now they've pulled back. Yes, for a very long time, for months, up until this past month, where you've gotten this whole Vin Diesel push, and he's been out there promoting it and going on every talk show and then hinting at 8. Before that, their whole marketing, people were thinking that this was the last one.
He kept saying, I think it was in the trailer, he's like, one last ride.
Yes.
But I feel like he said that in the last 3 movies.
He only has 3 lines in the
But
whole
I think
movie.
people felt it this one.
Yeah,
I
they
think that up until this past month, for the past 6, when they knew this was coming out, in combination with that line, that advertising, and of course losing Paul Walker and how they had to pull in his brother and all this stuff, I think people really thought that this could be the last one.
And without spoiling it, Alicia Malone mentioned this on the Schmo show. If this was the ending, it feels like it could be the ending. I know they've already said they want to do 3 more. They want to do another trilogy. But if it did end here, it ended pretty well. I could see it ending here, but the weird thing for me is knowing it's going to keep going. I don't know where they're going to take it. But
do you kind of want it to be done?
Yes and no, because here's the thing. I'm not invested in this movie like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. It's not that deep. It's just dumb, popcorn, fun cinema going. So if they make another one...
That makes $1 billion.
Yeah, that makes $1 billion, which is why. So it's I don't care so much. It's not like Lord of the Rings. You're sitting there and make a Lord of the Rings a sequel to that. You ended it so perfectly. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It was too good. With this, I'm not that invested in the story so much as I'm just invested in great stunts and action scenes. So
great characters. I mean, Vin
the
Diesel has
characters
3
are
lines
good.
total.
That's what I'm saying. He's not that great
He
a
only
character.
says, "We are family.
Yeah.
One last ride, and let's eat."
And I live my life 1 quarter at a mile.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But that's the thing. I don't, like I said, I could see him do another one, and I'll go see it just because I just will go to have a good time. I don't go to see a great story that has a great ending.
Okay, but then can't you just watch the same ones over and over again? You have 7 to choose from.
You really could.
You have 7 to choose
how
from.
many times
you can watch a different one every day of the week.
I mean, that's the thing is that's one thing I was worried about when I saw this movie was how many times can we see cars taking a bus down or a train?
Yeah, but now they're
And it's with
flying
the same
off
people.
helicopters and they're shooting rocket launchers into buildings. It's ridiculous.
They up the ante in this movie to the point where I don't know where they can go. It's literally they're gonna have to start putting time travel.
I was going to say
will.
Fast and Furious in space.
in Mars and everything.
I want to
Flying
see
cars.
them time traveling. I want them to go back to Titanic where they're jumping off the iceberg. I want them at the Hindenburg. Just go nuts with it.
The Hindenburg.
This is JT's
Get crazy.
JT, this is your version of fan fiction.
Pretty much. I should write a script.
You're going to write a script? Okay, Furious 8
Fast and
coming from
Furious.
JT.
Oh, Fast and Furious? Someone tweeted that to me. Fast and Furious. I might work on it.
There we go. Well, it's still Furious 7 still has to open in some big hitters.
Yeah.
Still got China on the way.
Does
Still
it
Japan.
really?
Yes.
Forget about it. This might make $5 billion. Those guys over there.
We still have
They love
China.
cars,
We
too.
still have Japan, and we still have Russia, which we've been
Those
talking
are
a lot
huge
about this
markets.
year.
If that does 240 without those
exactly.
markets. Oh my God.
Well, no, in the next 2 weeks, those numbers are going to be coming out.
Forget about it. You're going to see 10 more of these movies. Vin Diesel's kid's going to be in it. He just had a baby last week. Guy's going to be 8 years old.
Well,
And Fast and Furious. Jesus.
we're going to move on a
Counting
little
cash
bit
over
away
there.
from Furious
Fuck.
7. We'll talk. Hey,
My mind's blown.
explicit.
My mind's blown. It's not open in China yet.
I can't
Just
wait.
blur out and bleep out that
wait.
whole section of the screen. All right, in
Can't wait.
distant second place internationally, Cinderella, 24.3 million. Grand total, 230 million.
Yeah, I think so.
And now,
Yeah.
lots of money.
Hey.
Playing in 67 markets home, grossed an estimated 20.2 million this weekend. Top market was the UK. And so far, DreamWorks animation flick has earned 83.8 million outside of the
Not bad.
US.
Yeah, it's good money.
It's not Pixar money,
It's
but
really-
it's making
Hey,
money.
It's really good money. We just are kind of not affected
We're
by it
numb
now
by
because
it.
now we're talking about billion-dollar
Yeah.
markings. So
Good point.
hundreds of
Billions
millions,
and
not
billions.
important anymore. And of course, Kingsman still up there. Had another strong weekend in China, only 26% down.
Of course it did.
Yeah, 17. Well, they haven't gotten Fast and Furious yet, so they're still
Yeah,
seeing
about
this
it.
this action movie. Kingsman worldwide. The Kingsman worldwide total is nearly $370 million. Still also has Japan on this way. What Japan is watching right now, I don't know, because they don't have Kingsman or Fast and
No,
Furious.
they're catching up on the other Fast and Furiouses.
So
we go.
good. They just got Tokyo
Yeah, they're
Drift.
gonna- hard.
Kingsman will probably reach about 400 million by the end of this run. That's
nice
great.
It's a great run for
Fantastic. We are seeing a sequel, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get into some fun stuff. Let's get into our international game.
I think we know what that means.
Break out the Rosetta Stone, because it's time for
What
the
was that
international
dance move?
title game.
Al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución no los queremos.
JT, you have choreography down.
Yes, I do.
You have the timing down.
He's all timing.
You
I'm
seem
all
to
timing.
speak Spanish, and you still don't seem to have the lyrics down.
Yeah, he's fluent in Spanish.
Listen,
If there was one thing you were going to get
Yeah.
first, I would think that would be the first
that
one.
probably would be it. I should study more. This is gonna be my acting reel.
Yeah, you should.
Wonderful.
Well, this is the international title game,
This is
obviously.
amazing.
While studying this week, I
Okay.
got a gift in the mail from a fan from Germany, and it was this beautiful ceramic mug.
No
that you
way.
defaced.
No, I didn't do that. It came like that. Either way,
It kind of makes me uncomfortable.
Well, it's got a nude woman here, a nude woman there, and a nude woman there. You could have this if you want it.
I told you I'm going to take nail polish remover to it and erase the little black dots you put
You
everywhere.
can make a little bikini with a red nail polish.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah, you
Yes,
could.
can I please borrow your mug?
Maybe we'll see. Let's do it.
You're in charge of the game. We're waiting
Yeah.
for you.
We're gonna do a little switch here this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How so?
you're gonna have to pick the real title rather than the fake title.
Oh, switching it up on me.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So we have to
Okay.
pick the real one, not the
Real
fake
Okay.
title.
How many are there?
4.
Okay, so 3 fake, 1. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Let's go.
Biodome. Well, from China, obviously. Every one of them. Again.
They don't have Fast 7, but they have the international
Yes.
title game.
Meaning only one of them is from China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all the rest you made up.
Correct.
There we go. That's true.
Biodome.
Okay.
The Pauly Shore, one of the doped up bald ones. Remember that movie?
Oh, of
No
course.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pauly Shore.
Crazy Double Treasure. Crazy
It'd be
Double
helpful if I knew
Treasure.
what this movie was.
Yeah, that would help, but that doesn't
Deuce
make any sense.
Bigelow, European Gigolo.
Okay, while you're scraping.
Eurasian Stallion 2.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. He's a male prostitute.
50 First Dates. The Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore
Yep.
classic.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend is dumb as dirt.
That's gotta be. That one can't be real.
Magic Mike.
Oh, jeez.
The Channing Tatum.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course. Guys are dancing around. 6-pack pecker party.
Pecker party.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
6-pack
There's no way that's
pecker
real.
party.
This is what I'm having to think of. I'm like, which movies would he come up with
Yeah, that's
that
what
he
I'm thinking of,
could
too.
make titles about?
So, all right, go through them one more time
it's
quickly.
Biodome. Biodome's real. That's the only one he
Crazy
wouldn't
Double
know.
Treasure.
The other movies he probably
Deuce
came up
Bigelow,
with.
European Gigolo, Eurasian Stallion
Well,
2.
What we have to recognize is that Tom doesn't watch a lot of movies, and of the movies on this list, which he's probably watched, it's probably the bottom 3.
50 First Dates. My girlfriend is dumb as dirt.
That can't be right.
Magic Mike. Sent in by Landry Miller. Yeah.
Oh, these are sent in.
6-pack pecker party.
Oh, man. Which one's real?
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Only
with...
one real one.
I got to say Biodome. I can't see that.
I just said that.
Yeah, I'm going to... Triple J, what do you got?
My girlfriend is dumb as dirt sounds idiomatic in a
Triple J
way
now?
that doesn't quite translate to Chinese.
Jupiter, Josh, Jewish.
You have to pick the real one this time.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So you're picking dirt?
Yeah, my girlfriend is dumb as dirt sounds like not a Chinese translation.
Okay.
Oh, that's good logic. Good logic.
So, is me and Sarah right here, or it was Triple J?
Remember, we're picking the real one here.
Yeah, the real one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Biodome was the
The
real,
real one is the Biodome, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. My girlfriend is dumb as dirt. I don't think would fly anywhere, Josh. I mean, maybe like on Canal Street or something like that.
Oh, man.
And 6-pack pecker party. You've seen that movie, right?
I have.
Yeah,
And I'm going to see the sequel.
I bet you are. You and your friends.
Yeah, we're going to make a whole thing.
Nice. It's like the 50 Shades of Grey for guys.
He's a great dancer.
It's
It's for the technical skill, obviously.
Well, clearly.
All right.
I feel like a lot of girls see that movie, they go home, their boyfriend's just disappointed. I wouldn't want my girl to go see that.
Well, speak for yourself.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, I don't have this 12-pack.
I mean, I look like Lou Ferrigno without a shirt on. In his prime.
All right.
prime.
Let's get into our top 5 grossing franchise movies.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
We're going to put a little subtitle on this.
Yeah.
Top 5 surprising franchises to hit 1 billion worldwide. So these are the ones that we found.
Are you shitting me?
interesting.
Well, you might be
I'm
like,
sorry.
holy shit, really?
I know.
That made $1 billion?
I'm looking at this right now, and I'm like, how the hell? I had no idea that made that much money.
Yes,
Yeah,
once again,
we'll
this
get
is
into this.
a
This is
We're here,
unbelievable.
we're here to make people
$1 billion
Unbelievable.
list. What I do want to know is this box office scores, is this DVDs, is this...
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
Okay,
that. No, I'm just kidding. It's worldwide. It's domestic
I
box
think it's
office
just-
and it's worldwide.
Yeah, it's just,
Okay. All right.
Wow, this is interesting.
Number 5, going to Ocean's 11 with
3 films.
Well, they're not really in order. It's just top 5, like, most
So
surprising.
is this one the least surprising of the most surprising
I think
list?
so, yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I'll tell you
Okay.
which one's the most surprising.
Yeah.
It's number 4.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, how is that? But we're
All
not
right,
there
so
yet.
Ocean's 11, 3 films, and domestic it made almost $500 million.
Yes.
Worldwide made $1,100,000,000.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh
try
my
and
god!
put all those
You would
numbers out
never
there.
think that.
I mean, here's the thing. The only reason why I kind of not crazy surprised is because of the amount of stars it has.
Yeah.
And that's why I think. I mean, look how much it made internationally, over $600 million, and I think that's why. And the first one, I mean, I only saw the first film actually, guys. Did you see the other two?
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw all of them.
I enjoyed the first. I heard so many bad things about 2 and 3 that I
Yeah.
just kind of avoided them.
Well, you know,
I like
Bruce
that.
Willis was originally cast as Danny Ocean, but he dropped
Oh,
out.
really?
Yeah, he dropped
Over
out.
George Clooney?
That probably made
That's why
with
it's
him
on
this
this
wouldn't
list.
have won $1 billion.
No way.
Exactly.
He dropped
George
out.
Clooney.
He dropped out for scheduling conflicts.
With what?
You know what that usually is.
No, please tell us.
Drugs,
Oh, okay.
rehab.
Rehab. All right.
that.
All right, now
That's the divorce equivalent of like irreconcilable differences.
Gotcha.
Which means basically someone's
Rehab.
cheating on somebody and act like a loser.
All right. Well, number 4 I find also as the most surprising one on this list. Why you only find
Yeah.
it as number 4, I don't know. But it goes to Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Unbelievable.
Yes, this
can't imagine.
horrific
Were there 4 films?
movie.
Yeah, one went to like I think video or something.
Oh my gosh. 4 films made $1 billion. This is a horrible franchise.
It's the worst.
I watched like
These are bad movies.
4 minutes of the first one and I was done.
I would want to turn off the TV if I watched a trailer for this movie.
They play it for like the special kids and stuff like that. You know.
And it made $1 billion.
Well, yeah.
Jason Lee, I remember
No,
like
that means people went out and saw this
Well, they
and
liked
it.
You know the Christmas
It
album.
made
the Chipmunk
more.
Christmas album.
These made more domestically than the Ocean's movies.
Yes, they did.
That's crazy.
kids movies, man.
timing.
Freaking kids movies. And let me tell you something. I love the Alvin Chipmunks animated movie growing up, where they go in the hot balloons around the world.
Yeah, that's not
It's
bad.
amazing.
No,
but these
You can't
CGI
just say
ones, are horrible.
You can't just but don't say like all these kids movies. There are some great kids movies.
No, I'm not
There are
saying
some
they're all bad, but-
fantastic kids movies. This one is horrible, so this one shouldn't be on the list.
I'm starting to say I don't think it matters if it's good or bad. Like Home is doing really well. If it's a kids' movies, the parents don't care. The kids aren't smart enough to know what's good or bad, so they just
like the voices.
sit them
Do you know the
down.
Chipmunks? Do you know who they are?
Alvin.
Yeah.
Oh, Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
Alvin, Theodore. I don't know.
Simon.
I'm sorry.
And the dad's name is like Danny Tanner. I think it's Bob Saget, right?
Probably.
Bob
Who
Saget
knows?
looked like he'd be the
But
dad.
Alvin and the
Kinda like it.
Chipmunks is making made $1
that's
billion,
depressing.
guys. That's
crazy
where
money.
your money went.
Probably 400
All right.
million in China.
Meet the Parents.
Wow,
This
3
franchise
films.
made 3 films. Yep. And it made worldwide, also in the $1 billion club.
Unbelievable. I mean, I knew they were big hits in America, especially the first one. The first one was one of the
Yeah.
funniest movies. Like, it still holds up. I remember seeing theaters
It's
and
a
just
fantastic comedy.
it's hilarious. I was dying in that theater, dying with my friends, and unfortunately, the sequels are nowhere near as good.
It was supposed to be Jim Carrey.
With who? Ben Stiller's part? Really?
His name wasn't even Flocker in the movie.
Oh, no.
Carrey came up with that joke.
See, I think Stiller was perfect.
Carrey came. Oh yeah, I think that's what it came down
Wait.
to.
Jim Carrey came up with the whole
Fokker.
Fokker joke
Yep.
and then didn't
Really?
even take the part.
Nope. He wrote a lot of the script too as well.
Really?
That's very
We're learning stuff here,
interesting.
people.
Yeah, that's what I do. And De Niro.
Was he part of the second and third one?
No,
No.
just that. No, he had too much
So-
money. I think he might have been he thought he was too big or something to do the movie. But he's like, I'll help it. But
Well, he
also,
obviously did help the first one. The first one was great, and then it went.
it's fantastic.
No one.
De
didn't
Niro
really
wanted
see as
Mr.
much
Jinx the
happiness.
cat to be in more scenes because he actually liked the
liked the
cat,
cat.
a lot. Like
I did hear about that.
He started becoming good friends with the cat, and he's like, I need the cat in more scenes, and they're like, no, and they're like, yeah, and Mr. Jinx Jinxie,
Yeah.
Jinx is rich
Jinx
as
did a
hell,
great
too, by
job.
the way.
yuff.
I see him in Beverly Hills all the time.
Jinx
Yeah.
is chilling.
It's unbelievable.
All right.
Can I just say,
What do
Meet
you
the
want to
Parents
say?
2 was horrible.
Terrible.
And when they made a part 3, I said, why the hell did they make part 3 after how horrible 2 was? But this explains it. I had no idea it was over $1 billion.
$1 billion.
I'm surprised we haven't seen part 4 yet. It's coming.
Maybe.
it's
Don't say that.
It's coming, I'm
I
telling
hope
you.
for this was. All right, number 2.
The Hangover.
The Hangover
Yep.
of our surprising $1 billion franchises list. This one has the most with $1 billion.4.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
The first one was such a big hit.
Yeah, first one was huge.
And then they did the last 2 and let's just get over that billion mark. And they did it big.
And-
they were terrible movies. Those 2 and 3 were terrible.
Yeah, 2 and 3 are not good. What surprises me here again, and what I'm seeing, if you look at all these movies we talk about so far, the first ones are great, and the sequels suck.
Yeah. Well, that's what
Oceans,
usually.
I mean, again, I didn't see Oceans 12 and 13, but I just heard they were bad. You said you liked them, so they're maybe not that bad. Chipmunks is horrible all around. Meet the Parents, great, horrible. Hangover, great, the rest is horrible.
we haven't talked about the one yet.
It just shows people, don't vote with their dollar because
absolutely.
even if the movies are bad, they're still
Well,
going
what
to
we
see
do
them.
have to remember, though, is Hangover was also the first one, was a bit of surprise. Like, this was an
yeah.
R-rated comedy. This, like, a lot of people, it made stars out of these actors.
Bradley Cooper.
Like, this was
everybody in it.
Exactly, and people were dressing up for Halloween.
I brought-
Like, this was a whirlwind franchise
Yeah.
that made $1 billion.
Brought Mike
and it
Tyson
wasn't
back.
Yeah, it wasn't sitting on anyone's shoulders, whereas you can say Ocean's 11, you can put that on certain actors.
Correct.
Like The Hangover, first one, great. Also a huge surprise.
Yeah.
So the fact that they created $1 billion franchise out of a surprise is
Unbelievable.
great.
Lindsay Lohan was supposed to be in it.
Yeah,
She was supposed to play
the Heather Graham's
Heather
role.
part. She read the script and she was like, "This is terrible. It's going to bomb." Lindsay always, as we know, makes the best
He's
choices
the best choices.
All
on
right.
and off camera.
Number 1. This is,
Number 1.
something close to my heart. Go ahead, Sarah.
Number 1.
Both of our hearts. I've seen him at the Lakers
Let's see if
game.
you can guess it. It has 6 films.
Yeah, and a spinoff coming.
It's 6 films and a spin-off coming and is made.
Don't say it yet. Every time, like
What?
me and Josh hear the name of the movie, you hear like a under the desk.
There
That's
you
not
go.
true.
So if you haven't guessed it as of yet, this one is going to Rocky.
Bingo.
Rocky.
Yep.
There we go.
Sorry.
Whoops.
Rocky has made $1 billion. And this is why they're making a spin-off. Well, since you two seem very excited, what do you have to
Look,
say?
566 domestic total.
Yeah.
And 1.126 billion
And
worldwide for five fantastic films.
Yes.
And we're gonna get another one.
And let me say the difference between this movie and all these others. This came out from 70s to 80s, where the money was nowhere near as high.
Never near that.
Never near that.
I didn't do inflation here. It probably would be like 10 billion.
Seriously. So that tells you a lot right there. Again, it does have the most films of all these other movies. But you got to remember, Rocky was made for $1 million.
Yep.
It made over $100 million back then, which is like $500 million nowadays.
Most of the movie, I don't think any of the movies were done for more than 30 million.
I mean, that's it. Yeah. And well, I mean, The Hangover also. I mean, I think the budget got a little crazy in part 2 and 3, but Meet the Parents, the money could not have been that big on that.
No.
And Ocean's 11 probably was kind of high because of all the people he had to pay.
Probably the biggest budgets, yes.
Yeah, and Chipmunks, again, you got B-list, C-list actors. All you're really paying for is like some animated
I was going to say you're
CGI.
paying for the CGI.
Yeah.
You know, Warren Beatty was offered the role of Rocky, and Stallone was
dude.
I'll tear the script up right now. Like, he's not doing this.
Yeah, a lot of people were asked to play Rocky. Robert Redford was offered the role.
Yep.
I think Burt Reynolds was offered the role. John Voight. I mean,
Harvey Keitel was
really Harvey Keitel
not Rocky. Paulie.
That's right. Yep. So very interesting. But again, easily this is the best series of films out of all these movies that we mentioned so far.
Absolutely.
Also, there
You
is
said so far. Is that because you're noting my honorable mention?
I am looking at the honorable mention. Back to the Future, 3 films. Just missed the 1 billion club here at 959,000.
We can fix that. They can do a
That's totally
re-release.
different. But I mean, Back to the Future, all 3 are good movies. The first one's amazing. The first one
arguably is the best movie on there besides Rocky 1.
Totally agree with you.
Yes.
It's a classic, and 2. A lot of people give 2 crap. I really enjoy Back to the Future 2. 3 is the only one to me that kind of falls off. But even Rocky has Rocky 5, which is not very good, but I still like it.
Of course.
How do you feel about the spinoff?
I'm excited, man. You know why? Because it's not like Stallone sat down and said, "Hey, we need to do a spin-off movie." This director who directed Fruitvale Station, Coogler, came to Rocky, said, "I've been thinking about this movie ever since I was a little kid. It's a dream project of mine," and he had to pitch it to Stallone. And Stallone heard the idea and said, I think it's great. It's your dream project. I'm behind you. And he worked on the script with him. So it wasn't something that was like cash out. I think Stallone was done with Rocky. He never thought he was going to be Rocky again.
Yes.
And when this opportunity came to kind of play the Mickey role, I'm really excited for this movie.
It is. I mean,
it's my most anticipated of the year.
Me too. He sort of went.
There we go.
He sort of went with the Rocky, Rocky 5.
Yeah.
It was sort of like he tried to play Mickey, but he played it like a special kid. He came back off the plane from the drop thing and was like all hurt and everything like that. He had brain damage, and now he's like doesn't have brain damage anymore, and it's ridiculous.
Okay. Listen, Rocky 5 is the biggest misstep of that series.
It's a 0.
There are moments of it. Yeah, he said that himself, which I think he's being a little harsh on himself. There's moments in that movie.
Yeah.
One of the most quotable Rocky lines to me is still "Get up, you son of a bitch," because Mickey loves you.
It's a great
and it
line.
came from Rocky 5.
It did. There was a couple of good monologues in that one.
We'll be talking about Rocky for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
No, we won't. We will be moving on. All right, let's go into our upcoming films before we get into predictions and all that fun stuff. We've got 3 movies coming out worthy, I guess, of mentioning. Can't say I'm too excited for.
They're cannon fodder to Fast and Furious.
Yeah. The first one we're going to talk about is going to be the widest release on this list. It's going to be The Longest Ride.
Yeah.
This is another Nicholas Sparks film. Who I still feel like they're trying to write off The Notebook. And we've just seen constant kind of disappointments from Nicholas Sparks movies in the box office. People keep thinking it's going to be big. He has this name, whatever.
They're making movie deals before he even writes the book.
Yeah. And they're not doing well.
They're like, we'll give him $7 million to write the book, and then the rights to the movie for another 10. This guy's laughing all the way. They're not
doing horrible, but they're opening up like 15 million or so.
Yeah,
so
it's been. So he's like, what are you doing? Hey, let's do Nicholas Sparks movie.
I think
let's do it. Hey, someone dies, someone comes back to life. Yada yada yada. They have sex in the rain. Call it a day.
I think this guy has a dartboard in his office. Maybe 3 of them with different female ghosts. Yeah, whatever he hits, that's what he writes about.
Money, hookers.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, Yeah,
Well,
I
he
can't
got
take it
another
serious.
movie. I will say that this one is coming out with someone we really need to take note of, Miss Britt Robertson.
Well, I thought you were going with Eastwood there.
Yeah.
But I understand.
I'm going to put Robertson.
Yeah.
Because this girl just came out. She was in Cake. She has a
Mm-hmm.
huge IMDb list, but I don't really feel like she's a face that people have really started to recognize yet.
No.
But she is coming out this year with The Longest Ride, which will get
Some attention.
Some attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's also coming out with Tomorrowland.
Yep.
What's the longest ride you ever been on in your whole entire life? Like, did you drive somewhere or something like that?
Airplane.
Like, where?
I don't know what this means. So I
Why
don't
did you
want
take it
to
like that?
answer it.
Well, there's no innuendos behind that.
I feel like there was. So I'm just not going to acknowledge you and go back to the fact that this girl is going to be of note. I think she could be a total
you see
As you
it
drink seven.
girl.
Did you see any innuendos in that?
If you said it while drinking out of that cup,
That's
maybe.
true. That's true.
So yes, Britt Robertson is coming out with this movie, and we're
Yeah.
going to see a lot from her this year.
And let's not forget to
Yeah.
mention Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Well,
Not Clint Eastwood's son. What's his name?
That's why I
Scott
didn't.
Eastwood.
that's
Scott
why his
Eastwood,
name-
that's
there
it.
We go.
I wish
Yeah.
it was Clint Howard. Then I'd go watch it. He's the best.
That would be a love story I would love to see.
Oh my God. Clint Howard, Gerard Depardieu, and Britt Robinson.
But dude, this guy looks just like Clint Eastwood.
He does.
And like,
This guy's probably scoring
He's-
all day
that's what I was
long.
about to say.
This guy's gonna have to shoot the ball.
Hello. Yes,
I
his
see.
dad is. He's related to Clint Eastwood.
This guy's hitting grand
but
slams with
he
nobody
looks
on base.
like Clint Eastwood's clone, basically. I mean, it's unbelievable. How's this guy not doing westerns right now?
How's this
know.
guy not starring? I mean, I forget it. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Well, obviously, some people will watch. I don't think this is going to be the movie that they are the most proud of in their careers.
Yeah.
But they do look out for them. Also coming out is The Lost River, indie flick. You
Yep.
might want to see it if you are a huge Mr.
Ryan
Gosling.
Gosling fan.
Yeah, trying his hand at directing.
He wrote and directed it, and his girlfriend's in it, Ava Mendes.
Oh, is it?
I didn't know that
Yeah,
part.
she's got a little small part. She plays like a Cuban refugee or something.
And I
didn't hear that part.
The girl that was in Drive, the girl from Mad Men. Oh, what's her name?
Christina Hendricks.
Christina
Christina
Hendricks.
Hendricks. I'm about to call her Big Boobs.
Oh, she's got
That's what
Don't
she's
say that.
famous for.
those things are.
I mean, that's what she's famous for. That's what her deal is on the
also a
show.
great
No,
actress.
she's a good actress, but like that's how people say a Mad Men.
Okay.
That's all. That's what she's got. Well, Ryan Gosling. I always
this
have a
is what
story
we're
about
gonna say.
Ryan Gosling. My buddy, this guy, he's fat. His name is Fat Joey. He's like a big fat dude. His wife is so delusional. And she's like, oh my God. And we were sitting up in this, like the wedding. And he's like, she was looking at him. She's like, doesn't he look like Ryan Gosling? And I go, he looks like he ate Ryan Gosling. That's about it. And she hasn't talked to me to this day.
That's your story.
It was on her
That has
wedding.
actually nothing to do with
was on
Ryan
her wedding.
Gosling.
Well, every time
That
I hear
has
Ryan Gosling, I always
absolutely
think about
nothing
that.
to do with him. No one wanted to hear that story.
That's a very personal story too.
Yeah, it's great. She hates me. She hates me. Can't-
Okay,
wow,
well, The
I
Lost
mean,
River
yeah.
is coming out. I've seen this trailer
Are you
multiple
curious
times.
to see it?
Personally, I want to wait till more reviews come out. I've seen the trailer for this. It's very like these really bright like blues and purples and darks, and like you just feel like half of it's gonna be like filmed upside down or something.
Filmed upside down.
You know, Ryan Gosling was homeschooled because he was bullied throughout his.
Well, do you see
elementary
those
school
Disney
career.
Kid Channel
Oh,
pictures?
because he's-
Yeah, he was bullied.
Mickey
and
Mouse Club.
They took him out of
Yeah,
school,
that's it.
and then he went and joined the Mickey Mouse Club, and now he's laughing all the way to the bank.
Well,
Yes, he is.
I am curious to see only because every time an actor tries his hand at directing, I'm curious to see
Yeah.
what they could pull off. And look at Affleck and Mel Gibson. Some guys can
And
pull it off.
Yeah, but it also depends like where you are in your career, what you've done,
Yeah.
what you get inspired from.
Yeah.
Because if you look at what Gosling has done in the movie he's been a part of, what is he drawing from inspiration, and like is he really going out with his own vision, or is he kind of going to be stealing bits and pieces from what he's already been a part of?
It's interesting because
Because he was drawn to those projects for a reason.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt directed a film called Don John last year, I
Yep.
believe, and a very good film. But you could kind of see like he was trying to do his own thing, and I don't think it was a
That's because
complete
he hated
success.
being typecast, and he
know,
was
that's
like,
true.
"I'm going to create this movie that's the role I
Yeah.
want to play, and I'm going to make it so no one can control me."
Kinda
And
like
he
Stallone
did
did
it,
with Rocky.
and it did
Well,
pretty
yeah.
well.
I mean, it had porn undertones. It was
I don't
good.
know, but Ryan Gosling's not starring in this. It's just
True.
a directorial debut that he's not acting
point.
in.
I like that way though. I think if you're gonna, debut as director, don't be in the movie.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think that like there's a lot of people who've directed themselves and done really well. We just mentioned Clint
I
Eastwood.
directed myself, did really bad.
Well, you're also not these visionary people.
Well, I'm super visionary. That's a mistake.
As someone who likes to act, would you like to direct one day? Like, can you see yourself directing yourself in something, or would you just?
I think it really depends on the person.
Okay.
I think it depends how comfortable people are with like telling,
People
getting their their vision across from other people, and we'll see if Ryan Gosling accomplishes that.
I'll
in
check
The
it out on
Last
Netflix.
River. Also coming out is Ex Machina.
It'll be on next week.
Yes.
This is an AI film, indie run. But it seems to kind of have a sexual aspect to it or something. Meaning that there is an AI created, but it is a
really
female. Esque.
Yeah,
she has feminine qualities.
He's
and
it's a special assignment, and he happens to, I guess, get this one.
He's like a reporter who gets this exclusive one-on-one with a scientist who's creating like this artificial intelligence. And again, when we say she's a robot, it looks like a girl. We're not talking like it looks like an android from Blade Runner, where it's just a girl with a like Terminator. It looks like a robot with like a weird animated human type face.
Yeah.
So Salma Hayek.
I'm a little interested to see this one. I think that there's a possibility for this movie to have the philosophical ideas of like what AI movies reach for, but also there seems to be a thriller element. And I think it looks like it's filmed well, and it looks like there's some quality to it. So I think I want to see this one.
And the interesting is like Lost River premiered at Sundance to not very good reviews. Ex Machina previewed at South by Southwest to mostly glowing reviews.
Yeah.
So I think that's that's why I'm actually gonna seek out Ex Machina, where I'll just wait for Lost River.
Yeah,
to come to
I
Netflix.
would agree with that. I mean, they just need to start. I mean, you see all these alien movies and these AI movies, and it's never a good-looking like alien thing. Like it's about time to start putting some good-looking
Earth
aliens.
Girls are easy.
But she wasn't really an AI.
That was I'm trying to think.
Well, while you think about that, I want to throw some thank you / acknowledgements out to our Popcorn Talk box office winner listener people. You're all wonderful. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your names, but Christian Siliberto, something like that.
Sounds close
How
enough.
come we ever get no winners like
John Smith,
like Joey Smith, Frankie Bag of Donuts? So he's like some crazy names.
We have very exotic listeners.
Christian Siliberto, you won. Thank you. You're first one in there with the top 5 list correctly.
Yep, first one with top 5.
And then we have another one.
Who guessed the closest amount?
Turner.
Say it again.
Oh yeah, he called in last week.
Jameron? How do you say it?
Javon. It's French.
And what's the last name?
Jamyron. Turner.
Yeah,
I got Turner, I think.
Jamron Turner.
That's French.
All right.
Cool.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for listening, talking with us.
Yeah, but in order to get a prize, you got to beat us for the top 5. That's where the prizes are at.
Yeah.
And so far, it hasn't really happened.
No.
All right. So thank you guys. We'll reach out to you guys soon again. Now let's get to our predictions.
There we go.
Because we have so many.
You weren't here last week. Why don't you go first?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, do I get to go first?
That's what happens when people aren't here.
What do you mean? Well, number 1 is going to go to Furious 7. Crazy. Shocker. That was me being, daring. I'm really interested to see how much The Longest Ride makes. I don't think it's going to make more than like 16. I think that's shooting high. I think it's going to be 12 to 16. But we're looking at a huge drop for Home, which is at 27, which is probably going to drop another 50. But I'm still going to give it 2. Because even if it is dropping 50, it's still making around 15.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it to Home and then put The Longest Ride because I don't know what Middle America is kind of thinking about it though. I haven't seen a lot of advertising out here. I've only noticed it because of the actors in it. So then I'm going to put in The Longest Ride. Then I'm going to say, we'll probably give it to Cinderella. And then... You think Get Hard's gonna stay up there?
No. I'm just judging you silently.
You're not being silent.
Sorry. No, good.
Yeah, Furious, Home, Longest Ride, Cinderella, and then We'll give it to Insurgent. I think
Insurgent?
it
Oh, wow.
is dropping out.
Interesting. All right, I'll do my 5 because you were really close to mine. That's why I was
Same here.
paying attention. Number 1, Fast, obviously. Number 2, Home. I agree with you. I think Longest Yard is going to ride number 3.
Longest ride.
Longest ride.
You said longest yard.
Did I say Longest Yard? Oh my God! I walked out of that movie, the Adam Sandler one.
Terrible.
Horrible movie. I'm scarred still. Number 4, Get Hard. I think because it's the only real comedy in there,
And
it's gonna hold on.
And when Fast sells out,
Yeah, they're gonna see.
people are going to have to see Get Hard, which I think happened this week. About 20% of Get Hard's box office came
a good
from people
point.
going to Fast and being
Yeah.
like, we're sold out.
And number 5, I'll stick with Cinderella. I think
Okay.
don't give up on that Disney juggernaut.
Wow.
I didn't. I kept it up there.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought you had Insurgent number 5. What do you have? Cinderella number 4?
I had Cinderella number
You took
4.
Get Hard out? Oh,
I took to Get Hard completely out.
all right.
Yeah, it's get soft now.
Go ahead, Tom.
Lost River, number 1. I'm kidding.
That'd be Ryan Gosling.
Fast and
hold a
Furious,
parade.
obviously. I'll give a number for Fast and Furious because we're all going to give it. I would say about 63 million this weekend.
Oh, you're making to that?
Yeah.
okay.
Number 2, I think Home. 27 this week was great. I think it'll drop down to maybe like 16. Maybe even 18.
So both
You're going to see The Longest Road.
Ride. The Longest Ride.
Yeah.
Longest-
It's not a hard title, guys.
Yeah.
Longest Roads from First Blood.
Yeah, it's the longest ride about even talking about this movie. Hopefully it's the 1 week and that's it.
Okay. Here's where it gets crazy. 4 and 5. Where are you
Let's
at?
see.
Yeah.
4 will be Get Hard.
Okay, you're keeping it in there too. So he's in line with you.
You know what? Yeah, 4 is Get
Yeah.
Hard.
Okay. 5.
And 5 is going to be Cinderella, like you.
Oh,
So you
we're
guys have
matched.
the same list again.
So let's
Well,
predict.
that's interesting.
Let's predict how much Fast 5 will make second weekend in
Great.
case we have a tie.
Yeah,
Sound
I said
good?
60.
You said 60 what?
Yeah, I said 60. What did I say?
I'm
61.
gonna say 70 million.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna go
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, 61.
60.
61. I said 61.
61. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. I think it has no competition.
Yours
Oh,
too,
the
because
only-
you might. I mean, you might.
She can't tie. Though.
It's at like 146. It's gonna do like a 50% drop, 52% drop. I would say probably around 70. I would say 73.
73. All right. All right. 70, 73,
Unless we get a huge drop from them, but that
and
I
then
don't think we're gonna see
61. I just don't see anything competing with them this weekend.
No.
All right.
Maybe
All right. And those
There we go.
are our predictions. We will see how we
That
do.
age Friday.
Feel pretty
Next
good, people.
Yeah.
Feel pretty good. I might win 2 in a
Feeling
row.
comfortable?
Who do we got? The first guy that calls is the guy that we're going to take his top 5, and he could win a Book of Eli Blu-ray.
What's the bet? It's Dylan.
The Book of Eli.
No, I think it's gonna be Dylan. Let's see.
We'll see.
Is it
Hey,
Dylan?
caller, you
Hello?
listening? Who we got?
Hello,
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Who do we got today?
it's Dan from New York.
Dan
Nice.
from New York.
Hey, Dan.
What's up, Danny boy?
Nice. What's up?
What do you
Not
got for us
much,
today?
I'm here to give my top 5.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it,
Perfect,
buddy.
man. Perfect.
I'll write it down. Go ahead, hit us up.
Number 1, Furious 7.
Of course.
Yeah.
Number 2, Home.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Longest Ride.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Cinderella. And number 5, Get Hard.
Oh,
That's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
that's right there
That's
with me.
right.
I was
It's right there
thinking-
with all of us.
I was thinking about going there. Yeah, but you don't have Get Hard in the top 5.
Yeah, you don't have to get hard top
I
five.
would have put it was. He has it up for 5.
Hey, to break up a tie, what do you think Fast is going to do?
Second weekend.
Second weekend.
Money.
Oh, all right. What did it make?
It made
this weekend?
146 apparently.
Going to the variety. 146 this weekend.
Oh, geez. All right. I think it'll make. This is tough. I think it'll make 90, 95.
Wow, 90.
Okay.
That's a lot, buddy.
We'll give
Okay.
you 90 just to help you
yeah,
out
we're
there.
gonna go with 90 there. That's a lot.
That's not a bad
All right.
guess, though, man. Keep track. Let us know how you do next
Dan
weekend.
from New
Tune
York.
in.
Dan from New York. Do we have Twitter or Facebook? Or
Yeah, I have Facebook.
all right. Well, direct message me or JTE with your picks.
Okay, I will.
And then if you win, you get the Book of Eli Blu-ray.
Yeah. Talk to you
right.
soon. Thanks for
All right.
calling in.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, dude.
Book of Eli, not a great movie, but not a bad movie.
It's a good
I feel like people fell left or right on that film.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it made a lot of money. Made $100 million.
All right, well,
And
let's
that's how we
take.
judge things now.
Well,
Thank
for me.
you, Alvin
Yeah.
and the Chipmunks.
We'll take another caller. Who do we got? Welcome to Box Office Breakdown.
I was the second caller, but this is Dylan.
Oh, I knew it. What's up, Dylan?
What's up, dude?
All right, man. Well, we already took a top 5, so you got any questions you want to ask, or you just want to throw it out there anyway?
You happy to see Sarah and JT back?
No, the question is not this week, but next weekend, Child 44 comes out. But I haven't seen much marketing on it, and it's opening up against 3 other movies that open nationwide.
Yeah.
So, do you actually think a Tom Hardy could lose to something like Unfriended or Paul Blart, as unfortunate as that sounds?
Oh, unfortunately, Paul Blart will beat it, and that's a sad thing.
Yeah.
I have to say.
I've even seen more advertising for Unfriended, at least for an
Yes,
LA.
I've been seeing a lot.
Make a ton of cash.
It's all over YouTube. Every time I click a video on YouTube, I see Unfriended. And Child 44, I'm telling you, it looks really good. Tom Hardy, I can't remember the director, and it's killing me because he's a well-known director. It's a guy who directed... help me out. Tweet me out later. Who's directing Child 44?
The director is Daniel Espinosa.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Yes. So I'm really excited about the director, the actor. The movie looks like almost like a Silence of the Lambs thriller set in like Russia.
But when Hardy's not in these like, I mean, yeah, it looks like a bigger budget thing. It's not the one with Gandolfini that was out last year.
Yeah.
Another one, the smaller movies. This is big. I don't know.
It's not going to make the money that the other movies are making.
No.
It just they haven't pushed it enough. He hasn't been pushed enough, in my opinion.
Should have opened this after Mad Max. Then it would have been all right.
That's true. And the only thing I see this movie doing maybe is if word of mouth gets really good about it and it's getting really rave reviews, it might live and make its money in a long period of time. But it's not going to have a lot of theaters.
It doesn't have the room for the legs that a movie like with Kingsman, when that came out, word of mouth saved it.
Oh, it's not going to make Kingsman muddy.
No, but it had time. You're talking about we are getting into summer movie season. You don't have time for movies to, even if they have great reviews, get that money. There's another thing opening every week that everyone's going to.
Yeah,
so unless you're packing a punch, you're not.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to last.
And in 3 weeks, the nuclear bomb drops. and Avengers, and that's it.
It's going to play every screen everywhere. Like,
yes,
Avengers is just going to own every screen. So
yes,
it might find some life on home video, but yeah, it's probably not going to be cracking the top 5 anytime soon.
Great
unfortunately.
Call, dude. Great call.
Thanks, Dylan.
Great question. Good to talk to you.
Yeah. All right, that was a good question, man. I'm really excited for this movie, and anytime Tom Hardy does a new movie, I'm excited. But
I mean, there's always the chance, you know. But
I mean, those new
just
Mad
don't
Max
think
trailers look sick.
That's been looking fantastic for so long. It's been. I feel like it's been forever for Mad Max.
And now they confirmed that Batman v Superman trailer is gonna be on there.
Well, what happened was
explode.
The reason why the Mad Max trailers are getting better is because Sean Penn went to the director.
We're not talking about Sean Penn anymore.
And was like, "There's not enough Charlize in here, and we need more." And he went there and physically threatened the guy, punched the guy in the face.
I heard he just stood outside editing room with a baseball bat.
Pretty much, that's what he did.
Basically did.
Smoking a cigarette.
Let's take one last call, and then we'll call it a day, guys.
Yeah, sounds good.
Welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Nate from San Jose, California.
Nathan, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
What do you got first?
What's going on, bud?
Chilling, just
Just calling to say I'm a little bit lagged on my side of things, so I'm a little bit behind. But
in life,
I want to say what's up to Tom Stock.
Oh,
how
what's
you doing,
up,
buddy?
Dude? Hey, good to talk to you. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
So I heard you guys talking about the little box office for Fast 7 or Furious 7, and I'm thinking somewhere between maybe 67 million.
That's probably that's probably good. I think I shot a little low, but look, I mean this movie had a big Friday. The Friday is where it made all its money. That means the people who want to go see this thing really went and seen it. But I think you might get went and saw it. Sorry, I always get in trouble for that. I always say seen it. I don't know why I say that. But anyway, went and saw it. I gotta get that right. I get hemmed up at home for that too as well.
Yeah, they had an incredible Thursday midnight release. Oh my god,
it was nuts. So, but are people gonna see this multiple times?
Yeah, that's the thing.
So,
especially if it's a friend movie and you've got like, I went and saw this group, but like these guys haven't seen it yet. Go see it again.
Yeah, my turtle hasn't seen it, and my cat hasn't seen it.
I already know. I'm lined up to see it about 3 times already. So there you go.
Jeez,
there you go.
And I will say, like after seeing it last night, I did say, man, I kind of want to see this again in a bigger theater with better sound, because the sound is just as much as a part of the movie. Like when you're in that surround sound theater and you got these cars going by, explosions,
It's real.
you just can't get the same feel at home. So this is one of those movies, like, even though it's not like the smartest film, so much fun. I want to see it in the biggest screen, loudest theater possible.
This is called a money movie. You see it in a big screen, you see a big sound, you have popcorn, you have your drinks, you like, you know, you're not sitting there just to like get absorbed. You're sitting there to like enjoy.
Great call. Thanks.
Well, let me tell you this. I went to go see it last night with my fiance, but it was sold out. So we went to go see Cinderella instead.
Wow.
Jeez.
Hope you had a fun night afterwards.
I'm proud to contribute to that $10 million they made. There you go.
There you go.
Well, she owes you one big time, buddy.
Yeah, she does.
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
do what you gotta do.
Hey, absolutely. Yeah, you got to keep them happy.
Good
All right.
guy.
Thanks a
dude.
lot,
Thanks for
Nate.
the call.
Thanks, Colin. All right,
Cool.
guys. Thank you all for calling in. Great questions today.
Yeah, good
That
stuff.
was
Yeah, nobody
some
actually
fun
sounded like they were high or like on like in a sewer or wherever the hell they were calling from.
No, you guys are great. Thank you so much for calling in. So that was Box Office Breakdown for the week. Come back, watch us again next Monday. On top of that, Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, comment. You have Twitters, yes?
Yeah, you're gonna have one soon too, because we have our crack research team going back for prior episodes to see who actually has the most wins in the box office.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, we have a crack research team, aka
Cody.
Cody Hall.
I will
You
say,
can figure it out.
you catch me at SchmoesJT on Twitter. Also, I have a new episode coming up of JTE Movie Things, which Tom, you've been a guest on. And this week we have the lovely Sara Stretton being a guest. So,
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that pretty soon. And so tune in on iTunes and YouTube.
Sounds
JTE
good.
Movie Things.
I'm curious to see what movie.
Thank you all so much. Talk to you all soon. Have a good week.
Poof. Just kidding.
Producers
Just kidding.
Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network. We would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.